You're a queer one, TNA diehard fanbase. It seems to you that logic doesn't have a place. But when the facts come, TNA diehard fanbase, I can't wait to see the look that's on your face. Welcome to Shoot Week, everyone. And it appears that everyone has lost their goddamn mind. There's a kitten behind me. I'm at my girlfriend's apartment, cat sitting. Say hello, Lily. I turn to her butt. Say hello, Lily. 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 Dumbass. So, the past 8 days have been unreal. It's literally some of the craziest shit to happen to wrestling since Hogan signed with TNA. Yep, since Hogan signed with TNA. I think so. So, it's just, let me just cut to the chase. It's just kind of sad at this point, the amount of defense happening for TNA and how much of that defense utterly sucks. Because, it's fine if you want TNA to live. That's fine. Personally, I've come to the realization that as much as it sucks for there to be one less big place for the boys to work, wrestling outside of TNA is healthy enough to accommodate most, if not all, or at the very least the ones with significant talent, which that's a whole different story for another day to try and evaluate the talent on the current TNA roster. And at this point, I don't want the team behind TNA to be running a wrestling company anymore. And if that means TNA has to lose TV, thus losing its biggest financial support, and thus die, that's fine, because I think they've done a lot of harm to a lot of people. Samoa Joe gave up 5 years of his, let's say about 5 years, because once Hogan got in, he was done, and Hogan was more than 5 years ago, and he got out about 5 years later. And there are people giving a lot of time to TNA and getting so little out of it. Financially, exposure, creatively, artistically, satisfactory. It's just not working. So maybe just TNA doesn't need to exist. Maybe we can live without TNA. Maybe we can live with other parties growing with this influx of television exposed talent. Lord knows it's worked. ROH, since the AJ Styles return, has gotten a huge amount of momentum back over the past year and a half. It's incredible. And now ROH, on top, when I first read it, I thought they were ditching Sinclair. But they're amazing. They're adding to the Sinclair deal Destination America. They are going to be the lead-in show, and allegedly they're also going to be the outgoing show. They're going to lead in and follow TNA Wrestling, which is that proves how much that Destination America likes ROH, because they want to catch people going into Impact. They want to catch people coming out. They want ROH to succeed. Lucky ROH. And now we have good God, man, it's unreal. We have a company with more TV exposure than TNA in North America. Internationally, TNA has actually done very well. Maybe the only thing they're doing above average these days, international TV deals. fuck do I miss Ring King? That was awesome. So ROH has this expand now, even in a off the grid network. They now have that major city exposure. Your LAs, your Chicagos, your New York cities get to see ROH TV, even if it is a couple days late, because apparently they're actually going to do they're not going to premiere new episodes on Wednesday. They're going to have the new episodes premiere on weekends on the Sinclair. Oh, hello, kitten butt. So, there you go, folks. There's an ass just in the shot the rest of the time, and a tail hitting me in the mouth. And we have ROH growing and TNA contracting. ROH, assuming that they do decent on Destination America. They're not starting out, and it may take them a while to get anywhere close to what TNA has for ratings. Or I could be wrong, and they could match TNA in 3 weeks. I don't know. But they have that added viewership. They're a cheaper product. So they benefit Destination America. Destination America benefits by, if ROH does a fraction of the rating, well, maybe not a fraction, a decent fraction of the rating that Impact does, then it warrants what they're paying for ROH, which must be much cheaper than what they're paying for the Impact show. And ROH benefits because it's limited exposure, but in huge markets that they like to run, New York City, Chicago. And TNA could benefit. You could get people coming out of the ROH show, and they see acts that they like. And let's be honest, TNA Impact in 2015 is far, far from the worst year of TNA Impacts. Far from it. Actually, technically, it's been a while since we've been... You'd have to go back to 2009, 2010, 2011 to see truly awful years of Impact. It's been a while since we've had those. Thank God. Russo left in early 2012. Who knew? So, I mean, TNA could benefit from it, but God, the writing's on the wall. Like, and here's where we get to the point that I've been trying to make this whole video, but I've wasted almost 8 minutes on, because there's a cat ass. There was a cat ass on my shoulder, and I had to make a carousel reference at the beginning to show off my voice because I'm an egomaniac. Quit hitting me, asshole. Get it? Because her ass... Whatever. If TNA fans... TNA fans need to side with the wrestlers. Because I just think... I don't know. I just think it's dumb to side with The Office in this. By all accounts, a lot of people on the TNA roster, if not all, were left in the cold. One, on ROH joining the channel. Two, they're still being left in the cold about the status of their TV. And we all know what's happening right now with Dave Meltzer and Billy Corgan and Bob Ryder, and it's nonsense. It's complete nonsense. Because obviously Dave Meltzer is right. Because they haven't said anything contrary to him. They've just called him a liar. And calling people a liar is great, until you're asked to give the truth in response, and you don't do that. And it's astounding. And meanwhile, the wrestlers are fucked. They're so fucked. They don't know what. They just don't know what they're doing. They don't know their future. As of September, the end of September, it seems. I believe it's the end of September. They could be fucked. And it's May's almost over, and you ain't telling these guys anything. According to reports. Again, stuff could come out that they've been informed, but all reports and all TNA roster member Twitters indicate otherwise. I can't wait to see the TNA Lunatic Fringe fan base turn on the roster for not... Oh, it's great. And Eric Young just has to insult the same fan base that's wanted more out of him and knows that there's more out of him since the days where he was booked to death in a comedy gimmick. Nice job, Eric Young. You're a real piece of work, dude. Fuck off. Just fuck off. You have no idea what you're talking about. Jesus Christ. If these reports are true and these wrestlers are outright supporting TNA for what they're doing in terms of just not like, yeah, Lily, I know. Yeah, I want to get away from these fuckers too. If they actually think that it's okay to not know if you guys are going to be in business, financially feasible, legitimate, whatever you want to call it for when the TV deal expires. Should it expire in September? Should they be canceled in September? Why are you not mad? You should be mad. Why are you mad at us? Why are you mad at people who... Why are you mad at us for trusting a guy who's pretty trustworthy? He's not 100% right, but if Dave Meltzer wasn't actually good at his job, do you think that he would still be doing it after 30-something years? 30-something years? Oh my God. You suck. You suck. Okay? And, I want to put this video on Eric Young's Twitter because he's being an ass about it. Fuck. And just... ROH and TNA as a wrestling block is a really, really cool idea. Unfortunately, it is 2015. ROH and TNA are in very different places. A couple months ago, we thought that Destination America was going to keep TNA alive while Sinclair was going to screw over ROH. That was the stuff going around, that ROH making it the rest of the year was legitimately in question. And of course people will say, well, why didn't you spread rumors and make fun of ROH? It's because ROH officials, well, I mean, Joe Koff's a fucking goof, but ROH officials didn't come out and make asses of themselves. And just not present actual counter-arguments. An argument only works if you're actually countering the argument and not just arguing. And now just that role reversal. It's unbelievable. And maybe it's more unbelievable that this company has survived 13 years, of which this might be their last. Shoot week. Shoot week indeed. This video is garbage, but at least you got to hear me sing the first 20 seconds or so. So, I'm just going to leave it at that, because I needed to make a video. And this might not be the only one, so. I love you guys. And I love pro wrestling. Peace, y'all.